welcome to the Japan vlog where we fly from China to Kyoto and we visit Tokyo and Osaka on the way. So we got off the plane at the Osaka airport and then we got on the train, high-speed train that takes you from the Osaka airport to Kyoto. And the train was Hello Kitty themed and it was very, very cute. And look at that interior.
Wow!
So it was raining very hard when we got to Kyoto. I think it was rain season, and by the time we dropped off our bags, it was pouring pretty much. We were feeling quite hungry after our day of travel, so we went out and looked for a gyoza restaurant, and it was very, very delicious.
Amy's embarrassed to record anything in public. She's
I
super
am.
shy.
Wow!
你好，我的名字是 Kobe。你呢？
Yummy!
Baby, for my vlog, I'm doing voiceover. I'm not really using
That's so lame.
audio.
That's such a lame vlog.
So after our dinner, it was now Aquarium Day. Yay. So we went to the Osaka Aquarium and then before stopping by, we had to get some breakfast at Eggs and Things Kyoto. It's like a Hawaiian themed breakfast place and it was very, very delicious. Would recommend. And then before hopping on the train, we went to a vending machine and got my favorite apple juice. This is our second time visiting Japan, so the first time I came, I had this all the time. So, I had to get the OG drink again. And then we hopped on the train that took us to the Osaka Aquarium, pretty much, just walking distance. And then we were there. So they had their system set up to where they let groups in at a time. You had a timestamp on your ticket, and then that was the time that you could enter, so don't miss it. Anyways, they had this cool tunnel walking, and then the first thing we saw was some really cute otters, and they had like this little water slide, and yeah, they were just super cute. And then we saw, is that salmon? I'm not sure. And then some duckies. But overall in the aquarium, everything looked very well taken care of. All the enclosures were set up pretty good, and then here we saw a sea lion. And this little guy was so cute. He was just sitting in the corner. And here are some fish. Yeah, they had plates kind of telling you what fish each one is, but obviously I don't remember, and I'm not a fish expert, so I do not know. And then we saw these little penguins getting fed.
Hi.
He's very cute, a little dirty. And they loved their little fishies that they were feeding him. It was so cute. And here we also saw a dolphin. He had a pretty cool pattern. It's a she. She had a pretty cool pattern on her. So there were a lot of parents and families here. So if you're going, just be prepared to be a little bit crowded.
That's me.
With the big head.
That one.
Look at him. He has big eyes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh,
Ew. Oh. Oh, Flatfish is showing off right now.
Oh, there's another one, camouflage, right next to him.
Really?
I didn't even realize.
Where?
No, eel.
Oh, and
there's
the
a
fish.
fish.
Why is he lying like that?
He's hiding.
So after that, we probably saw one of the coolest things you could see at this aquarium, which was the whale shark. And it was so awesome to see one of these in person because I have never. And they were feeding it, so it's like it was trying to scoop up some food in its big mouth.
Wow!
And that was very, very interesting to see how it actually got fed. And I also saw one more fish that I did not expect to see at this aquarium. I did not know it was here, and I was so excited to see this fish.
NANI?
Yes, you guys, it was a sunfish. I was so happy to see it, and we will be seeing more of it in this video. And then they were feeding these guys, so they were like going crazy all over the place. And there were these manta rays, and this one looked like vacuum. And after that, we just kind of made our way around. So these are like little fishworm guys, super cute. And now we get into some really pretty shrimps, or sorry if they're lobsters, I don't know what they are. Here's some fish that be standing up, you know, more like super pretty shrimps. Serving, just absolutely serving cunt. But yeah, these guys were really pretty. And here's my baby. Here's more beautiful, beautiful fish. And then we kept on running back into the sunfish because where they were keeping a lot of animals or sea creatures was in this big tank that you kind of just kept on circling around. And here are some sharks swimming. But yeah, this is that big tank where a lot of sea creatures were. And some king crabs. Very cute.
Hi.
Here's another one. And this little stingray guy. Very cute. He bonked himself. And this guy who looked like a stingray and the shark had a baby. I have no idea what this is. And then we went to the cafe, got some ice cream and a few drinks. It was very delicious and a very nice break from the aquarium. I'm so glad they actually had that in there. And now it was jellyfish time. So, what's my experience so far at the aquarium? Cons, it's a little crowded. Pros, so many different fish species and variety. And just that big tank that they have right in the middle. It's multi-story, so when you go from like floor 1 to floor 3, you're constantly just like circling around it. And they had like such a good variety of fish. Otherwise, besides the crowding, it was a really good experience. The cafe did have a lot of people, but other than that, it was very, very nice. And the food was delicious. And flatfish. There's some corals or something. I don't know what they're called. Please, I'm so sorry, guys. And we saw these little guys. They are so cute. It was so cool to see them in person because I'm like, what the heck is this? They look like little like sea creature angels, and they're just like, mwah, so cute. Anyways, we went and then we saw some of these like other types of penguins. It was kind of smelly, and they had this little guy in like quarantine. I don't know why. Was he in trouble? Here's some like live coral. I thought that was cool to see. And then we also had Nemo hiding here. And then towards this point, we were getting to the end of the aquarium visit. So after all of this, we pretty much went outside, and the aquarium was right by the ocean, so it was a very pretty view. And while heading back to the train station to go home, we also saw this. So we ended our day by going and seeing the Glico Man, obviously, and here's the next day. So the next day we went to Universal Studios in Japan, Osaka. It was so much fun that I really didn't record much. So we started our day by going to Super Nintendo World because we got the VIP pass, which gives you timed entrances to kind of each theme in the park. And our first one was Super Nintendo World. The one in Japan is the biggest one, and it was so much fun. So these were just all the decorations they had while waiting in line for the rides. I forgot which ride this was. I think it was like Mario Kart one. But yeah, anyways, this ride was super fun. It was super well decorated, and in a little bit you'll see me put on this hat, and it kind of plays into like VR a little bit because they'll give you like these goggles snap onto your hat, and it's like VR. It's very, very cool, and you shoot turtle shells. There's the hat.
No, I'm recording you.
The VIP pass, it probably took like 30 minutes to get in instead of like 2 hours. So I would definitely say it's worth it if you're going to Universal Studios. Definitely get it. And here's the Yoshi ride. It's very, it's for kids. It was still very fun. But yeah, here's the King Kong world. Went on the minecart ride, and that was super duper fun as well. And then we were in the Minions ride, and this is where you get to like shoot stuff similar to the Mario Kart ride. Really, really fun. And then we went and saw the Doraemon 4D movie, and I got plushie because I absolutely love him. And then we ended our day by going to um Harry Potter World. Let's just say that. So yeah, super duper fun, and it was very hot. So don't visit here on hot days. So yeah, now it's the next day. I know that was a really quick segment, but yeah, we were in Tokyo now. We took the train. We went down
Yummy.
to Tokyo, and we got Tex-Mex Factory. This is a Mexican place in Tokyo, and it was so good. And then we went to Don Kyoto and 109 Shibuya, and we got a ton and ton of clothes and shoes that I wanted. So fun. So the next morning, we started our day off again with eggs and things in Tokyo now. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Have to visit if you're going. It's just a Hawaiian style breakfast place, so very nice. So this day we were just kind of taking it chill, and we wanted to visit our favorite pizza restaurant here in Tokyo, which is the Shuriken. And we were just kind of having a really chill day, just walking around the city. This was the area it was in. It was like really cool residential place, and we waited for our reservation, and we made our way there. So the owner really likes the Beatles, so the restaurant is Beatles themed, and we have our
Yummy.
pizza, very, very delicious. And we also got some pasta
Wow.
and some spaghetti to go with it. And overall, such a good place to eat. I have to recommend it. After this, my fiance also got a phone case from this place called Cas Pacey, and they have some really cool phone cases. And then we ended our day by getting some ice cream. So yeah. So for our last day, we pretty much went on a tour guided group on the app Trip, and it was pretty much about the car culture here in Tokyo. We met up with our guy. His name was Max, and he took us around in his Subaru. And you know what I'm talking about. You guys know that one place in Tokyo. Oh, by the way, that's Mount Fuji, where you see that famous highway stop where all the cars meet up, and it's Daikoku. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Parking area in Yokohama. And yeah, it was pretty insane. You know, it pretty much looked like how the videos looked like. There were so many Nissan GTRs there. It was outrageous. Like, so many. And I also saw some rare cars like that you don't usually see. I mean, look at that. It's at a Mini Cooper, like, off-roading. And yeah, a compact, one of my favorite cars that I wish to have. It was so cute, lovely to see. Anyways, the car meet lasted about 30 minutes after we got there. It was not very long, and I think this is the kit car.
Hi.
Nonetheless, still very cool. And yes, of course, there were like very expensive cars there as well. So if you're into cars, I highly recommend visiting this place. We did it through, like I said, a guided tour group on Trip. It was about like, I want to say 100 something a person, could be a little bit more. And here was our tour guide man's car, a Subaru, Max's car. If you're Asian, you know what this is. Like I said, the car meet lasted very short. Like, by the time you got there, you had like 30 minutes to walk around and explore, and then it was over. And there were a lot of people there, a lot of tourists just like us, and of course a lot of locals bringing their cars here. And after that, we made our way back onto the highway, and then we were going to go visit a store that sold car parts, car maintenance stuff, pretty much everything you can imagine doing with vehicles and cars. And here's some other vehicles that we saw along the way. There's a little is that Toyota or Subaru? Can't tell. But yeah, it was so cool being able to visit. And here's a GTR. And here is also another GTR. I know, there was a lot. And then here we're kind of back in Tokyo now, kind of pulling up on the area where we are headed to. Here's a Mitsubishi. And here we are. It's called the 8-Pit Autobacks. I can't pronounce that one on the bottom, but this was the next spot. A lot of cars there once again. Mini GTR. But yeah, in here there were rims, there were car seats, there were car parts, wheels, exhausts, car magazines, you know, like literally anything you could think of, and it was so fun to see. After this short visit, we did get quite a lot of things, but after this short visit, our host, he took us to see the Tokyo Tower, and then he drove us back to our hotel. So that is how we ended our day with this tour. It was very, very fun, and I highly recommend. So for our last day, our plane was at like 7 p.m. So we're just kind of killing time in Tokyo for as long as we can, and then we headed to the airport. So we decided to go to a cafe and just really de-stress and enjoy our time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the audio. First time doing voiceovers. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. More to come. Thank you. Bye, guys.